Now, I don't know. I mean, I could look it up, I suppose, and quote dates and try and make it sound all academic. But we all know the story of the Alamo. What I think we fail to realize is what actually happened. So, shelter in place. This is my point. I've been hearing a lot of guys talk about storing up supplies and living in the woods. And I live in the woods. I got food everywhere here. I don't even have to go to the store. I don't have to spend any money. But there's some things I'd like to do, so I'd like to acquire some money, which I intend to do. But that's not the point. The point is the Alamo and the tactic of shelter in place. So the story goes that Santa Anna came across the mountains of Mexico with the soldiers, barefoot, and they had a beef with the guys at the Alamo, Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett and a bunch of other people. And they had built a big fortress. And they had supplies stored up in the fortress. And the Mexicans, Santa Anna, they just walked over there. They walked over there with cannons and shit, and rifles, and they surrounded the Alamo. And they hammered it with cannonballs for a long period of time, however long it was. And they were starving, and they surrendered. And when they came out, they were all executed. They killed everybody. The Mexicans killed everybody. So people say, remember the Alamo a lot, but I don't think they really take away the lesson. You know, don't shelter in place. If somebody wants what you got and they want to come and take it, don't shelter in place. Now, we got all this modern tech to deal with, which is difficult to fight. Think of David Koresh in Waco, Texas, another example of the Alamo. But there are other ways of doing it. People badmouth certain groups of people for organizing and being activists. There was a man named Eugene V. Debs during the Red Scare in the United States. And he had a quote that he said at the beginning of every speech. And he did 10 years in prison. They wrote the Espionage Act just for him. And his quote was, "While there's a lower class, I am in it. While there's a criminal element, I am of it. And while there's a soul in prison, I am not free." And it does. It sounds idealistic, and it is. It's idealistic, and it's meant to inspire people. Sounds a lot like Jesus to me. I'm not a Jesus believer. But he started the first coal mines, or unions, labor unions, because to fight against the capitalists who had people performing slave labor for no wages, and they were hungry. They didn't have anything. And he started the first coal mine to protect the little children, or the first union in the coal mines to protect the little children. And people used to march, and they'd wear red sashes around their necks for labor unions. And they were called rednecks. And they were communists. They were in the Communist Party. They had a Communist Party in the United States. A lot of people don't know that. I'm not a communist, but I'm a kind person. I can't solve the world's problems, but I can help out in my neighborhood. Shelter in place is never a good tactic. Somebody always gets killed. Somebody always goes to jail. Just ask the SWAT team. Your local SWAT team, just ask them. That's what they do. They do the Santa Ana thing. And the person that they're after, whether they be a criminal or not, whether they did anything wrong or not, always ends up on the wrong end of the deal. There are rare occasions where somebody doesn't end up on the wrong end of the deal. Have you ever seen a bullet wound from a 50 caliber rifle on a survivor? You'll see that it rips out big chunks of your body. And you don't usually live very long after that. Like, your life is shortened quite a bit. Usually you lose some organs. Reality's fun. It's scary. It's exciting. The way I'm being treated in this country is inexcusable. I was never in the military. I was a firefighter. And I helped a lot of people in bad situations. On the highway, in their houses. I watched a lot of people die. This life is short. Well, how do you want to live? You want to be free? Or do you want to be a slave? Do you want liberty? Or do you want to be treated like cattle? Goyim. So what can you do about it? Well, you get in trouble if you try and organize strikes and boycotts. If you put a picket line in front of a business. It's a risk. Does anybody remember Cesar Chavez and what he did for the migrant farm workers in California? California could supply the world with food out of the Sacramento Valley. There's no reason for starvation. It's the best soil in the world. I'm out here in the Dust Bowl. And I'm making this video for you, man. Brother, I can't remember your name on Twitter. But I'm just saying that the discussion can't be had. They shuffled the comments. I can't make any sense out of the thing, out of the thread, my friend. I really can't. And I know you said tone it down. And that's a trigger, man. That's one of those MK Ultra triggers. Gets people all excited. Doesn't get me excited. Because I know what's happening. We're all under the influence of the propaganda constantly, 24/7. I got my YouTube playing at night. I go to sleep. I listen to Skyrim videos because I like to play Skyrim. And I like to play Fallout 4. I'm a video game sort of junkie somewhat. It's a great way to turn my mind off. I have so much trouble talking with my friends. I know you're a flat earther. And I'm a flat earther too. And I did all my backyard experiments. I found out for myself. I'm a mud flood enthusiast. And I go all over the country and I take pictures. I go and I see these things. I look at the symbolism. I research the symbolism. And it does. When you write something down, right, it has power. Most powerful thing in the Bible, I agree with the Bible on this, the Word. The Word is very powerful. So, you're right. We don't want to be unrighteous. We don't want to be cruel. We don't want to be mean. I don't want to do any of those things. All right? But when a rabid maniac wearing a uniform shows up at my house, I resist. I speak their language as best I can, and 99% of the time they go away. Because I didn't commit any crimes. I've broken no laws. But you're right. This system that we're in is repulsive. It's ridiculous. And it deserves ridicule. And this illegitimate thing, whatever you want to call it, government means mind control. Governmente. It's mind control. And the propaganda. And we're all under the influence of it. Even flat earth is propaganda. It's persuasive language, right? You can go out and you can do experiments, and experiments are what they are. They're experiments. And you make your decision about what you sense, right? Using your senses. You make your decision about what you think is right, what you think is real. And that's okay. I appreciate it. And we can get along. People can get along, and we can help each other, and we can be good to each other. And why all the lawns? Why are there not gardens everywhere? Where's all the fruit trees? Why is there hunger? And you start answering those questions, and you realize why. Because the state controls, regulates, distributes, and produces everything you consume. It all comes from the state. All of it. Look up the FMCSA. Look up the supply chain. And it's smoking right now. They are deliberately dismantling it. That's 10 minutes. And so, freedom of speech, you should be able to say anything you want. Anything you want. If you're on social media and you want to incite violence, don't you want everybody to know about that? Isn't knowing that that is there valuable to you? So that maybe you can avoid that neighborhood or that person. Right? You know, they want to do what they want to do. Little tiny groups, minority groups of people screaming and yelling and getting in the face of the police is not wise. They're just going to shoot you with stuff and put you in jail. And nothing's going to change. We live in a police state. We have a fascist nation. I have so much identification, it's retarded. It's ridiculous. And everything's on record, but they won't look at those things. They won't look at those good things. They'll only look at the things that they want to crowd you out. And they just push you right out because you think differently, because you speak differently, because they know what you think. People know you don't have to guess what I think. I'll tell you. Say exactly what I think. And I do care. I care about people. Not all people. Some people I don't care about because I don't like them. And I wish that they didn't exist. There are people like that in the world that I see, and that's how I think. So, anyways, good luck, bro, but don't shelter in place. It's a bad idea. It always ends bad.